Hey everybody, welcome to the Bullseye channel on YouTube. Let's talk about wad guns. But before we do that, I'm going to pause. I'm sitting out back next to the fire, and I think you can hear the bugs and the nighttime sounds, and I'm just going to pause. I hadn't had a wad gun in a while, and so I bought this Firking Custom Gunworks off of the Bullseye channel, and it was a good price, and they make a good gun, but something was bugging me about it, and it was these Giants FCW. And nothing against the people from Cortland, but I just couldn't stand it. So being a savage, I took some sandpaper to it, went to the bench grinder, and grinded all of it off. And so now I've got this battle-worn looking wad gun. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to shoot this bad Larry. Still a great shooting gun. Looks a little worse for wear. But just every time I looked at it, it looked like it was saying, FCW Caspian. FCW Caspian. Nobody wants that. So making a movement back to dots, just seeing what I can do with dots. Nice little off-season project. And we're just going to watch me take a couple shots here. So today the big thing was, I'm shooting mostly Atlanta, jacketed hollow point, 185 grain. Stouter ammo than most people would use in a wad match. I don't reload, I just buy my ammo. And so I was trying to figure out what recoil spring weight to work. So I bought a bunch of spring coes. I had a 16, a 14, a 12, and a 10. And I started at the 16 and started working. And as you can see, at least with the Atlanta, the 16-pound spring was actually working really well. I only had one, failure to eject or failure to feed. Moving over to the IMI with sort of that weird cone-shaped bullet. The 14 really seemed to be the sweet spot. So I'll probably end up with a 14 on this, but it was nice to know that a 16 could work if I like it, because I just like 16-pound springs in general, both for wad guns and ball guns. But anyway, here we go. I know you guys are going to talk to me about my finger coming off the trigger and et cetera and so forth. I don't know what to tell you guys. I contain multitudes. But the only thing I really did to this, other than, ooh, look at that, other than absolutely just savaging the slide, was I added a arched mainspring housing, and I added a little grip tape in the front since it didn't have any checkering. It came with that match dot too, which I think is a pretty good dot. I've had a couple of them and really like them. As you can see, at least at 25 yards, right, it was doing what it was supposed to do. Those flyers I called, but everything else was in the 10. So that's not bad. Not bad for a guy who spent 2 seasons plus on iron sights going back to a dot. My sort of takeaways for shooting with a dot, is that you have to be really, really, you have to have kind of soft eyes when you shoot with a dot. The dot is going to give you so much feedback that you have to ignore, in my opinion, about 75% of it, right? The dot is an indicator. It's an indicator of where your natural point of aim is. It's an indicator of where your shot breaks. But, people who get obsessed staring at the dot, which, of course, halfway through training I remembered, oh yeah, I'm supposed to focus on the target, not the dot. Are going to really get lost in a feedback loop between every little twitch and twing that dot makes when it's in on the target. So kind of overcoming that is not too different than, the mental, at least on the mental side, than I do when I'm shooting iron guns, which is, I get my natural point of aim. I come down on the target, and I'm watching my sights. I'm not thinking about my sights. I'm just watching my sights. And the only thing I'm thinking is slow building pressure on the trigger. And I'll just think that slow building pressure on the trigger until the shot breaks. And then it's follow through. And then it's rinse and repeat. So things were going pretty well here. The gun looking never the worst for wear, but still a little rough around the edges. Actually, probably smooth around the edges, considering I think I put it on, a grinder. Some sandpaper. What do you think I should do? Do you think I should leave it like this? Do you want to see this gun on the line? Or should I cold blue a little bit, and then I'd have, oh, hey, that's not bad. All right, a little knot down there. Gotta love the 45, makes big holes, baby. Yeah, that's not bad. I think I'm going to hopefully show this to y'all. Dancing around the outside, but for the most part, you can kind of see where most of my shots are landing. I'll give you a nice wide view here. See if my wrist breaks. Not too bad. Oh, there was one. I think that's IMI. We're going to call that an IMI issue. So, all right, good. Aimed in. I've also been playing with shooting out of my right eye, shooting out of my left eye. Left eye dominant, but I've been getting some pain in my neck, so I was starting to move back to my right eye. Unfortunately, I think that's really only going to be an iron sight thing because I'm kind of nearsighted in my right eye, which means that I can see my front sight really, really well, but I can't see anything else really well. Well, when you're using a dot, you kind of want that far vision. Fun stuff. It's a handsome piece, right? So I think until I find my forever wad gun, I think this is going to be my main squeeze, and then it'll just serve as a backup gun. So that's it. Ooh, a little high and to the right, just like my attitude this today. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think. Hold hard and shoot straight.